Netflix is building its own game studio. Man, Netflix doing whatever right now. Netflix is sitting there saying, what in the hell's going on?
They have a ton of money, and they're just throwing stuff at the wall. See what sticks.
Well, and there's this, seems to be this looming threat of everybody leaving all at once. Like, I feel like I saw a trending topic on Twitter the other day. It's like leave Netflix or something. Like, you're waiting for some scandal. You're waiting for some moment. You're waiting for some price increase to hit some critical thing. You're waiting for some economic situation at the macro scale that causes everyone to immediately look at their subscriptions and be like, I don't watch Netflix. Like, it feels like you're waiting for the pin to drop with Netflix. And maybe it's because we do this show and I'm constantly reading these stories, or maybe it's because I'm hearing less about it, or maybe it's because I keep switching devices and I'm not even logging into Netflix. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even a primary thing for me. I don't know if it... I really don't know what has happened with Netflix, to be honest with you. I really don't know. Has everything else become more compelling? Or has Netflix dropped the ball in terms of hitting me with must-see stuff that makes me put everything down and go, I gotta load up Netflix? I mean, you can speak.
I think it's a price for a lot of people. That really changed things.
Yeah, I see. So that's the thing. It's again, case-by-case basis. I'm sure there's some show in there that some person's really not willing to give up. But there was a time where Netflix was the spot in streaming. I remember seeing some data recently about how YouTube actually surpassed Netflix for total time watched, which obviously Netflix had the binge thing going on, a longer typical viewing session, but it also costs money and YouTube doesn't. You can watch ads, and then Netflix was like, well, we'll put ads too, so then everybody can watch, or you can watch at a lower tier, or whatever it might be. But they are seemingly rapidly considering all options for continuing to grow and exist, and that includes games. Netflix is no longer relying exclusively on third-party teams to bolster its game catalog. The streaming giant is forming an in-house game studio in Helsinki, Finland, to create world-class original games without ads or in-app purchases. While it's too soon for details on the games themselves, Zynga and EA alumnus Marco Lastica will serve as director. So games are a thing that people will seem to be willing to change plans for, willing to pay for, willing to chase around from service to service. Because when I don't play very many games right now, but I recall every single time it'd be like, I got to get the launcher for that game company, and I'm trying to play Battlefield, or I'm trying to play Star Wars. I need the Origin. I got to have Steam, and I got to have, give me the other one that I have to have.
Epic?
I got to have Epic. Don't I have to have, what do I have to have for when I'm trying to play?
The Blizzard app?
Blizzard. Gotta have Blizzard. You see what I mean? And
sure.
people are willing to go through a couple extra hoops, and they're willing to potentially pay bigger fees for subscription or something like that if they see a game on the other end of it, and it becomes a critical title for them. It's just a different profit margin, different strategy, because games are expensive. It's a commitment if you get a game that you're going to spend a number of hours inside of it. And as everything else has become, like we already talked about many times on this show, Microsoft went out and spent money in gaming. Sony went out and spent money in gaming. Amazon spending money in gaming. What's the game they were doing? Were we just talking about it? Amazon Studios?
Some really crazy RPG. Spent a lot of money.
So everyone's considering this. Everybody needs to be where the people are, needs to be where the people are for extended hours. And gaming it's an avenue to get there. I don't know how Netflix does in this area, because it's also one of the most difficult places to succeed. Managing a development team and such, and all you hear is about how tough that is. and the long hours and the criticisms and I mean, it just sounds like a pretty heated environment, the game making environment. A lot of studios have trouble turning profits or
long hours. Yeah.
I mean, you got the film business, you get the content business, and then you got the game business. Seems like you ratchet up another level.
Mm-hmm. Well, I heard the games were good. I played the Stranger Things one, the video game, on my phone. It's fun.
Oh,
yeah. So hopefully,
two thumbs up.
Good luck with that.
I think the stuff they're talking about here is bigger budget type games. You won't see the first fruits of the internal studio for years. Netflix says years. Still, this and recent acquisitions show how the company's gaming strategy is evolving. Netflix initially depended on outsider games, including slightly tweaked versions of existing titles. It's increasingly focused on truly unique projects you won't find elsewhere. Exclusives is what some people might call it, Will. Which I'm sure you've heard of these things.
Yeah.